right, with us right now, on the far side, we have Landon Wolf today. Landon, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 12 points, 6 rebounds. In the middle, Tyreek Coleman, 19 points, career high 8 rebounds. And Chase Walker, 8 of 9 shooting from the field, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. We'll take questions for the crew.
Tyreek, what do you kind of feel was clicking in that second half? 14 points out of your 19.
Yeah, I thought, I was able to play through the ball screen a lot, create advantages off of it. Chase was setting some great screens, getting on and off, and did a great job sealing their big, allowing me to get downhill and just make a poised decision in the paint. And then I got a kick out. Teammates were finding me for threes. Ty Pence got me on a one in the corner. And so I think it was just, just in rhythm.
Tyreek, what did Coach have you do at Wednesday's practice that sort of put you guys in rhythm today?
I think he really just stressed, getting back to what we were. Like, getting lost. We had a team meeting where we all talked about things that we can hold each other accountable on, like 2 things we can all bring to the team. I think that really, propelled us to how we played today because we all went out there and did it. And so I really think it was just more so, it came from the players rather. Like, the coaches obviously did a good job of preparing us and, giving us confidence and telling us what we need to do to win this game, but ultimately it came from our leaders in the locker room.
Chase, was that a team meeting with just the players or the coaches too?
No, that was the only players meeting.
Okay. What did you guys discuss, and what were kind of the conclusions you came to out of that meeting?
Well, like Tyreek said, just everybody came up with their own 2 things that they think they could be better at, and it's just our responsibilities as teammates and as friends, as brothers, to hold each other accountable. Feelings out the window. So that's kind of the conclusion we came to.
So did that start where the ball was going in, and a lot of different guys were making baskets? Did that really help kind of turn the page from that last game?
Yeah, I think it helped a little bit. I think also us coming out with a lot of energy. I think we have more energy today than we did in that Southern Illinois game. And I think the ball was popping more. So I think those are 2 things that really we had today.
Chase, did you feel like the ball was popping for you, especially from long range? You've been taking a lot more this season compared to the last couple too.
Yeah, well, they stress to shoot it. I don't always look for it at moments. So shout out to my teammates for telling me to shoot it. But yeah, I think it's starting to feel better. I think the more reps you get and the more shots you get up, the more it starts to feel good. And hopefully I can keep knocking them down.
And then what did you feel the team did better tonight?
I think going back to our team meeting that we had, we kind of talked about why we've lost games, and we feel like the games that we've lost, we've kind of defeated ourselves. We haven't played an unbeatable team, and we just feel like the games that we've lost, we have either come out slow or not been as connected, just kind of lacking some detail in those areas. And then I feel like we're just firing on all cylinders in that first half, and carried us through in the second half too. Tyreek and Landon, 12 triples tonight. Do you guys feel like that's something that you can kind of push forward heading into this final stretch of the season?
Yeah, Coach Stress, hunting the 2-pointers and 3-pointers. So, us playing through the paint more and finding the open guys. I think that allowed us, to build confidence and knock down those looks.
Yeah, I feel like Coach Stress, a lot of our analytics say, if we get to the paint and then kick out and shoot a 3, our numbers are way higher. So just eliminating those ones where it's 1 or 2 passes and a shot, just kind of looking at it from that perspective, I think we did that great today. When we threw it into Chase finding guys, Tyreek's driving, Johnny, I know I had a few assists there. Just playing team ball and getting to the paint.
Can you sort of go through your steal and then dunk on the other end?
Yeah. We was in transition, had Quinn coming down, was calling for a cup. I want to say it was you running. I think Chase was running with me. He caught out the ice and kind of just plucked the ball away, and then finally got opportunity for a look at the rim.
Do not give him no credit points. He's supposed to have been dunking the ball. He's supposed to have been dunking the ball.
I finally got a runway, and I was like, yeah, this probably be the one that I try to get up for, and it ended up working out. Made it.
You had one too there at the beginning.
They did.
I did have one. Yeah, I was feeling good. Yeah.
Hey,
Anybody else?
Thanks, Sheldon.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Love you, Mom.
Saw you guys like 72 hours ago and wanted to put pencils through my eyes.
You guys ready back there? All right, Coach, like you said, a little different than the last time we met in here. Can we get your thoughts on the game? We'll take questions from the group.
Yeah, I just, man, what a difference, you know, tough 72 hours there between games, and just really proud of the way our players responded. We learned from our mistakes. We applied that tonight, and you know, Drake's a really good team. So, you know, there's no crying in this sport. You got to pick yourself up by the bootstraps and move on. And that's probably, I'm as proud of that as anything, because in this era, sometimes that can be easier said than done with outside noise and so forth. So, yeah, proud of our guys. I thought a lot of different guys stepped up tonight, and it was a very good win for us, yeah.
Coach, what did you specifically see tonight that was different compared to the Southern game?
Yeah, for sure. So we got off to a good start. You know, we hit shots. We came out of the gates fast tonight. I thought the tempo of the game was a little bit more sped up in the first 10 minutes, which is that's how I want to play. And I thought that was number one. Number two, I think the force that we played with in the paint, that was the biggest differentiator from our perspective the other night. And we weren't the toughest team in the paint. We gave away a lot of points. We missed 15 shots inside of 3 feet. You're not going to win games doing that, bottom line. And we played, you know, to our standard tonight on that. And some of that is technique and form. Some of that is, you know, what you're willing to settle for. And great teams aren't willing to settle for shots other than the ones they want in the paint. And tonight our percentage was up over 50% on twos, and we outscored them in the paint 38 to 29. So yeah, I was pleased with that, and that was probably, to me, the biggest difference that I was looking for.
Coach, what sort of went up leading between Wednesday and Thursday practice that you sort of saw you guys needed to work on to take into this game?
Yeah, it was that. We watched nothing but offensive film, you know. We gave up 54 points and lost a game. That should never happen, ever. And some nights are going to be rougher than others. That was as rough as I hope to ever coach here. And you know why that happened. I think, you know, you got to learn. We got to learn from that. Like why a couple nights later is it totally different? I would say the determination when we got into the paint, and our habits, you know, our discipline offensively in the paint. And it's stuff that maybe the average fan could notice, but maybe wouldn't notice, because we stress this stuff on a daily basis, and that's stuff that's really important to me. It's really important to me. That's my background. That's what I have an obsession with, right? And when you're not doing that, man, that makes for some sleepless nights for a coach. And I thought we were back to being us tonight.
Coach, obviously a big game for Tyreek tonight. We just got to get your thoughts on his performance.
Oh, I thought Tyreek was tremendous across the board. You know, he was very effective on defense. Offensively, I think his, you know, electricity that he brings to the game for us, I think anyone can see that, right? His speed, his burst, his ability to get to spots. But I thought tonight his poise was as visible as anything. There were stretches in the second half where we needed a bucket, and you know, we needed some floor leadership from that point guard position. And I thought he did a really good job of you know, finding the right plays at the right times. That's what I saw. And for him to have the numbers that he had and 8 rebounds, it says a lot about his all-around game tonight.
Ryan, was Bowden feeling better? Was this more of him being back to total health in the last game?
I think so. After his illness, you know, over time you learn about your players a lot, sort of how they recover, what to look for. I thought his lungs were not back. I noticed yesterday in practice, I said to our coaches, he looks different. The way he was taking in air and breathing and his posture when he was becoming fatigued was totally different. And I think it played out tonight because he was fast out of the gates and was crucial for us. He was crucial for us on both sides of the ball. Obviously, you know, Jalen Quinn is a tough guard, but I think Jalen Quinn was as hot of an offensive player as there was in the country. Like, I don't know many times where I've ever gone against a guy that has scored 20 or more in 7 straight games. You know, he was averaging just under 30 in those games. He is a hard guard. Give him credit. But I think Bowden really made him work. He had 17 points on 18 shots. And that's exactly what we were emphasizing. I said if he's going to get his points, there's got to be a level of equality with his shots and his points.
Coach, 12 points or 12 triples on the night. Is that something that you kind of hope to see improve throughout the final stretch?
Yeah, for sure. And I was asked about this on the radio. Do the points in the paint and the threes go hand in hand? And the answer is it depends on the opponent. So Southern Illinois guards completely different than these guys do. These guys are much more position-based. They help and recover quite a bit. Southern does not. They pressure, they deny. You know, you got to beat them, be able to beat them off the bounce. They're not going to give you as many three-point attempts. So, yeah, I love the fact that we hit double-digit threes. That's going to look a little different every night based on defensive philosophies and, you know, who we're playing.
Ryan, Cam Barnes not playing the last couple games. Is that your decision, or has he not been available?
Well, he's battled back from his injury, and I think getting into a rhythm in practice, you know, no, I think I'm hopeful. Cam, he's a warrior. He's battled through some injuries here, and you know, I'm hopeful that he'll be full go here. I don't think he's going to be at 100% this year, but I sure appreciate the effort that he's putting forth, and he's there for our team, you know, and ready when called upon. Yeah.
So the shoulder's still an issue then?
Yeah, it's not 100%. I think there's nagging injuries that I could probably point to up and down the roster that guys aren't going to be 100% the rest of the way, but that's the life of a, you know, college athlete, and especially over the course of a 31-game season. You know, that's just, unfortunately, that's part of it. Yeah.
Landon Ward fouling out with almost 10 minutes left in that second
Yeah.
half. What did you think of his aggressiveness?
I mean, yeah, I really liked his aggressiveness. You know, I would like for him to have been able to be in the game a little longer, you know, but he's valuable. I want him to be physically imposing and aggressive. I do. That's a big part of what we need from him. He gives us a presence on the perimeter, and he can guard. So, you know, a couple of those were tough calls, but there were a couple errors in there too. But you know, it gave us another, you know, real presence to run at Jalen Quinn too, while giving Bowden a few minutes. And so that stuff that was very valuable tonight. I know he fouled out, but his minutes were valuable. I stand by that. He gave us some physicality that we really needed. Yeah.
Anybody else? Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.